Hey everyone, it's Nona. Listen, I know most of you are feeling the pinch with these crazy price increases lately. It feels like every time we go to the store something else has gone up. Well, get ready because it's about to get a whole lot worse. We're talking about double-digit price increases on some of your everyday essentials. I'm talking about the food you buy every single week. That's why in this video, I'm breaking down the 11 grocery items set to skyrocket in price next month. I've dug into the latest market data, looked at industry forecasts, and I'm giving you the inside scoop on what's about to get more expensive and why. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how to save money so you can keep your grocery budget under control. First up, let's talk about everyone's favorite breakfast staple, eggs. Now, we already saw egg prices go absolutely bonkers last year, but hold on tight because they're projected to jump another 24% in April. Why? Well, it's a perfect storm of bad news. We've got avian flu continuing to impact poultry farms, driving down the supply of eggs. On top of that, the cost of chicken feed, which is mostly made from corn and soybeans, has been steadily rising due to, you guessed it, inflation and increased transportation costs. So, what can you do? First, don't panic buy. That just makes the problem worse. Second, consider cheaper alternatives. Think about adding more plant-based proteins to your diet, like beans, lentils, or tofu. They're packed with nutrients and much easier on your wallet. And look, I know that tofu scramble isn't going to satisfy everyone's egg craving. Next up we have coffee. For many of you, myself included, coffee is non-negotiable in the morning. But unfortunately, that morning pick-me-up is about to get pricier, with an expected increase of around 10%. Now there are a few culprits here. First, extreme weather in key coffee-producing regions like Brazil has damaged crops and impacted global supply. Second, similar to what's happening with eggs, transportation costs are also playing a role, making it more expensive to get those beans from the farm to your cup. So how do we navigate this? Well, one option is to cut back on your coffee consumption. I know it's painful to even think about, but even reducing your intake by a cup or two a week can make a difference in your budget. Let's face it, dairy products are a staple in many of our diets. But unfortunately, they're also about to get hit with some hefty price increases. We're talking milk up 15%, cheese up 12%, and yogurt up 10%. What's driving this? Well, for starters, the cost of feed for dairy cows has been steadily increasing, impacting the overall cost of milk production. On top of that, labor shortages and transportation costs are also putting upward pressure on prices. So, what can you do to combat these rising dairy prices? One option is to look for store-brand alternatives. Oftentimes, store-brand dairy products are just as good as the name brands, but at a fraction of the cost. Another strategy is to be more mindful of your dairy consumption. Chapter 4. Olive oil. The liquid gold. Losing its luster at 32%. Hold on to your hats, folks. Olive oil prices are set to jump by 32% next month. Yes, 32%. Drought in Spain, the largest producer, is a major factor. This has severely impacted harvests and driven up prices. Transportation costs are also contributing. To protect yourself, buy in bulk when possible. Olive oil has a long shelf life, so stock up. Chapter 5. Citrus squeeze. Oranges, lemons, and limes. Feeling the price pinch? Get ready to pucker up because citrus fruits are about to get more expensive. Oranges up 18%, lemons up 15%, and limes up 20%. Your morning OJ and evening margarita just got pricier. What's behind this citrus squeeze? Citrus greening disease has been wreaking havoc on crops. Lower yields and higher prices are the result. Increased demand for healthy foods like oranges adds to the squeeze. Tighter supply and higher demand mean higher prices. To save money, buy citrus fruits in season. They'll be more plentiful and affordable. Chapter 6. Bread and wheat. Rising costs. Putting a damper on your dough. Next up, let's talk about a staple in many cultures around the world. Bread and wheat products. Unfortunately, these pantry essentials are also about to see a price hike, with bread up 12%, and other wheat products like pasta and cereal up 10%. Why the increase? Well, it all comes down to the cost of wheat. We've had unfavorable weather conditions in key wheat-producing regions like Russia and Ukraine, which has impacted global supply. On top of that, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine has further disrupted wheat exports, adding even more pressure on prices. So, how do you navigate this bread and wheat conundrum? One strategy is to look for store-brand bread and pasta. Oftentimes, they're just as good as the name brands but at a fraction of the cost. Chapter 7. Chicken Little, Prices Are Falling, Not. We've all heard the saying, prices are falling like a chicken running without a head. Well, unfortunately, that's not the case with chicken prices. In fact, they're expected to rise by about 15% next month. Why the increase? Well, remember that avian flu outbreak we talked about earlier? Yeah, that's still a major factor affecting poultry prices. The outbreak has led to the culling of millions of chickens, reducing supply and driving up prices. On top of that, the cost of chicken feed, which is primarily made from corn and soybeans, has also been steadily increasing. This is due to a combination of factors including increased demand, unfavorable weather conditions, and rising transportation costs. So, what can you do to keep your chicken dinners affordable? One strategy is to buy whole chickens instead of individual pieces. Chapter 8. Fresher doesn't mean cheaper. Veggie prices on the rise. We all know that eating our fruits and vegetables is important for our health. But unfortunately, getting those fresh fruits and veggies is about to get more expensive. We're talking price increases of 10 to 15% across the board. Why the increase? Well, several factors are at play. First, we've had unfavorable weather conditions in many key growing regions, including droughts, floods, and unseasonal temperatures. These extreme weather events have damaged crops and impacted yields. Second, the cost of agricultural inputs, such as fertilizers, pesticides, and labor, has also been steadily increasing. These rising input costs are putting upward pressure on the overall cost of production. So how do you keep your plate full of affordable veggies? One strategy is to buy fruits and vegetables that are in season. Canned goods are often seen as a pantry staple, a convenient and affordable way to stock up on essentials. However, even canned goods are not immune to the current inflationary environment. Expect to see prices increase by around 10 to 12% next month. So, what's behind the increase? Well, several factors are contributing to the price hike. First, the cost of raw materials such as aluminum for cans and tomatoes for sauces has been steadily increasing. Second, transportation costs, both for shipping raw materials and finished products, are also putting upward pressure on prices. So, how do you keep your pantry stocked with affordable canned goods? One strategy is to buy in bulk when possible. Many grocery stores offer discounts for buying multiple cans or packages. We already talked about the skyrocketing price of olive oil, but unfortunately, it's not just olive oil that's getting more expensive. Expect to see price increases of 10 to 15% for other cooking oils as well, including canola oil, vegetable oil, and coconut oil. What's driving this? Well, several factors are at play. First, the cost of raw materials such as soybeans, canola seeds, and coconuts has been steadily increasing. This is due to a combination of factors including increased demand, unfavorable weather conditions, and rising transportation costs. Second, the demand for biofuels, which are often made from vegetable oils, has also been increasing. This increased demand from the biofuel industry is putting upward pressure on prices for cooking oils. So, how do you keep your cooking oil costs under control? One strategy is to use your cooking oil more efficiently. Finally, let's talk about oats. This breakfast staple has become increasingly popular in recent years due to its health benefits and versatility. However, even oats are not immune to the current inflationary environment. Expect to see prices increase by around 10% next month. What's behind the increase? Well, several factors are at play. First, the cost of oat production has been steadily increasing. This is due to a combination of factors including increased demand, unfavorable weather conditions, and rising input costs, such as fertilizers and pesticides. Second, the demand for oats has also been increasing from other industries, such as the food and beverage industry, which use oats in a variety of products from oat milk to granola bars. So, how do you keep your morning oatmeal affordable? One strategy is to buy oats in bulk. So there you have it, the 11 grocery items set to skyrocket in price next month. Look, I know it's overwhelming seeing prices go up everywhere you look, but the good news is there are always ways to adapt and save money. By being mindful of your purchases, exploring alternative options, and taking advantage of sales and discounts, you can navigate these price increases without breaking the bank. Remember, every little bit counts. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more money-saving tips and tricks. And as always, thanks for watching.